everyone, I'm here with a video that was requested from quite a few of you, and it was a what I actually used on my vacation. Now a lot of you had said, oh, you pack so much stuff, like I want to see what you actually use. So I'm going to tell you what products I used and which ones I could have done without bringing. And I also am going to say I did go shopping at Sephora and at Ulta, and yeah, so I used some of those new products that I got. So some of those, let's see, one of them I'll show in here, and then the others I'll show in the haul, because I used quite a few of the other ones. So out of the stuff that you saw me pack, I'm going to show you what I actually used. So I guess I'll just start with how I got ready. So one thing that I used, oh, do I show the stuff that I bought? Because it's going to be in my haul. I'll just show the majority of it. Okay, so to start off, the first thing that I used is, this is going to be new, you'll see it in the haul as well. It's the NYX Pore Filler, and this stuff is amazing. So yeah, I put this on, I just used a little tiny bit, put it on my pores, so I did use this, and this was a new purchase. Then for my primer, I used my Laura Mercier primer. I did not use my Smashbox primer, which is somewhere. I have everything out so that I can put it all away. So I didn't use my Smashbox primer, but I did use my Laura Mercier primer. And then I also used my Shine X Out Control. There's actually hardly anything left. So I use this every single day, and that really helped with shininess, oiliness, because it was really, really hot and humid. Not human. So I did use this. Here's my Smashbox one. I didn't use this at all. I actually bought a new primer that I used most of the trip. Then for my foundation, I ended up putting my tinted moisturizer into this little container here. I mixed half of the light and half of the medium and put it in this little jar so I wasn't taking so much product. I used this the first day with a primer and my oil-free stuff, and my makeup slid off of my face. It was horrible. Like within a couple hours, my face looked horrible. It was blotchy, it rubbed off and sweated off in places. So I only used this my first day there, and then I did not use it again because it did not hold up in that humid weather. And this is the Balm Tinted Moisturizer. So I love this. Like I don't mind it here because we have kind of a different drier heat, but in humidity this did not hold up, so I used it one day and then washed my face probably halfway through the day because it was not a good sight. And I did apply this with my beauty blender. The rest of the time I used my Tarte Amazonian Clay foundation, and I used it with the brush. I tried it with the beauty blender and it didn't work. And I've tried this with the flat top kabuki too. Like this one does not work. I mean, the only way I can really get it to look like its best is with this. So I used this for the whole rest of the trip, and I will talk about, in my favorites video, I'm going to talk about a combination I used with this that made my makeup last all day long. Like until I went to bed, my foundation, everything looked so fresh and like it looked like I just put it on. So I have a new combination that I'm loving for the hot weather. So I use this every day, with the exception of the one day that I used this, which was a disaster. Okay, so then the next thing that I used my little setting spray every single day. This is amazing. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. Really does work. I love it. Concealer. I used my concealers. I'm almost out. If you can see, the little dial thing is already all the way to the top. So I used my concealer and my brightener every single day. I didn't get much sleep, so I needed all the concealer I could get. And then I set it with my Bare Minerals powder, which I used every single day. I'm not sure how I like this. It seems to settle into my fine lines and make me look like a wrinkly old lady. I don't know. Let me know if you have this, if you've had that same problem, or if there's like, maybe I need to try it with a different concealer. It just might not have worked with that concealer, so let me know, because this just, like, I like the brightening effect, but it just seemed to really settle into my fine lines. And yeah, so let me know down below. I used my Dream Matte powder every day. As you can see, I've hit pan, so I'm just going to keep chugging away at that. What's the next thing that I put on? Oh, My eyebrows, I brought two. I brought the Maybelline Define a Brow in medium brown and light brown. The light brown looked kind of reddish on me, so I've been working with the medium brown. So I did not use the light brown, but I did use the medium brown every day. The next thing for cheeks, I used my Bahama Mama bronzer every day for my contour. And I also used the Frat Boy blush once. I used the Hot Mama blush once. So I could have just done with one of those and, you know, sucked it up and just wore it. I did use the cream blush in Pinched from Revlon, and I used Coral Reef once, which is this one. So I only wore cream blush actually 2 days that I was there, which is really unusual because I really like cream blushes. I did not use my Flamingo blush. I did not use these two products. This is the Revlon in Flushed. I didn't use either of those. I did use this once. This is in Pink from Sonia Kashuk. And then I used Sunset once. And then the rest of the days I used a blush palette that I bought that I will show you in my haul. Well, actually I'll just show you because I wore it. I got the what is this? Tarina Tarantino Doll Skin Cheek Palette. I'm in love with this. This is what it looks like. It's got a gigantic mirror, but here's the colors. They're so beautiful, and I'm not sure if the camera's making them all look pink, but this is like a bright peachy coral. This is with some shimmer. There's one. This is like a nice satiny peach. Here's a really pretty pink, and then here's kind of like a shimmery pink. So I actually wore these for the rest of the time because I think I picked this up on Wednesday or Thursday, and I wore this the rest of the week. So I really, really love that. And you will see that in the haul too. So, what's next? What's next? Oh, okay, so that's cheeks. Oh, and highlighter. I used my High Beam highlighter, and I did use my Mary Luminizer because those were the only highlighters I brought, so I used those. For my eye primer, I only used my Laura Mercier in Wheat, which I really, really like. I use that every day. I did not use my Stay Don't Stray, so that one didn't even get opened. Mascara, I used my Multiply by Tarte every single day for my primer. And the two mascaras that I used for my top lashes were the L'Oreal Voluminous and Waterproof Black. I love this. It really holds a curl. It's amazing. And then the Urban Decay Super Curl, I used that as well. So I kind of alternated depending if I was going to go to the pool or not. I also, when I was there, this will be in the haul as well, I purchased the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara, which I'm obsessed with. It's like this little tiny wand, and it's so amazing at getting your bottom lashes. I think I'm just going to, when I run out of this, just keep the wand and dip it into whatever mascara I'm using and see if that works. So you will see that again in a haul, just to warn you. I did not use my Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. I used Sin once. And I used, which one was it? This one, Rehab, once. I did not use Juju. I used both of these. This is in Zero and in Corrupt eyeliner. I did not use my purple one in Ransom, but actually 3 days in a row I would use this one. This one is Radium, it's the blue. And I would put this blue on my waterline, and then I have a blue eyeshadow in one of the palettes that I bought, and I put that on the lash line, and it was really pretty with kind of like a neutral eye. I used this once. This is the Voluminous eyeliner. I'm not crazy about it, but I used it once. I did not use either of these. This is the CoverGirl Waterproof and the Prestige My Blackest Lashes. I didn't even use those. I did not use my gel liner. Out of the eyeshadows I brought, I used the Meet Matte palette only for this brown and that highlight. Those are the only times I used it. I didn't use any of these colors. I didn't use them at all. I pretty much stuck with really kind of neutrally brown eyes. I did use the Naked palette. I used Naked and Buck a lot. I used a little bit of Toasted and Hustle one day. That was about all I used in there. And in the Naked 2 palette, I used Foxy quite a bit. And I did use Suspect, Pistol, YDK, and Busted. So those are pretty much the only eyeshadows I used out of those. So I definitely brought way more, plus I bought some palettes too. Then for lip products, I used Honey. This is the Revlon Balm. I used Honey, I used Cherish a lot, and one day I used Lovesick. But then I did not use Smitten, Precious, or either of these two glosses. So I think that kind of sums up everything that I used. I probably used about 3/4 of the stuff I brought. I brought a little more mascara and eyeshadow than I needed. And I also went shopping, so when I bought new stuff, I obviously wanted to use that. So that's the stuff that I used up, or used during my vacation. Let me know if this was helpful. I definitely overpacked, so I always tend to do that because I always end up wanting to go buy makeup, so then I don't use some of the stuff I brought. But that's okay. Next time I know I don't need as much blush or eyeshadow or mascaras. So anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye! And don't forget to check out my haul that I'm going to be filming right after this. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!